I think this lesson is going to be a little bit shorter, I hope, if I play my cards right, so you should have some more time to work on the homework. So part 2. This Venn diagram displays the results of a survey of 100 students. By the way, what that means is if I added up every one of these numbers, what would it add to? 100. Okay? Regarding movies they watched in the past 2 weeks. So the kids in group P watched Perfect Rebel. The kids in group C watched Chill. Just had lunch. Apparently I'm still hungry. Or maybe I'm dazed, like the kids who watched movie D. How many students watched only Perfect Rebel? 3. Do you see how we get that from the picture? How many students watched Perfect Rebel? Not 3. How many students watched Perfect Rebel?
11.
All of those, right? Which in this case is it 11? 3, 6, 2, yep. 11. How many students watched Chill and Dazed?
1.
Right? That's the overlap between those two. 8. See it? Trickier question. How many watched Chill or Dazed? Now that means one or the other or both. I think it's going to be all of those as well as that. I'll color it in and then erase it. You guys don't need to, I think it's that, yeah? That is the group of students that watched one or the other or both, and some of them watched all 3 as well, but that's okay. 68, 69, 71, 77, 78, and 17. 78 and 17, 95?
Yep.
And again, if you want to do the math in your head, in your homework, knock yourself out. On a quiz or a test, I'm pretty good at mental math. I'd still wimp out and go to my calculator because I don't want to do a dumb mistake, right? How many students watched all 3? 6. And you can see why a Venn diagram as a visual aid actually gives you an awful lot of information. Okay. What does the number 2 outside the 3 circles represent? That number 2 in the top left corner. Ah. We have a word for none of them. Neither. That's the word you'll often see. And that means none of the above. Question? Okay. What does the number 2 inside the circle represent? I disagree. It doesn't represent watch children dazed because that would also include the 6. And we... Ah. Oh, hey. Well, heck, I'll show you some notation later. Watched C and D, but not P. Later on, we'll show you some handy shorthand for things like not, but not yet. Not yet. Okay. So walking us through how we can read a 3-category Venn diagram. Mr. Dueck, are there more categories? Like, is there a 4-category? Yeah, although usually a 4-category, you would try and represent it 3-dimensionally, and eventually it just gets too complicated to try and wrap your brain around. So we won't go much past this. Example 2. In each of the following Venn diagrams, shade the region indicated. A and B. Right? It includes all three, and it includes just A and B. A or B. Hey, again, how often do you get to color in math? There's B. There's A. By the way, how could you describe the remaining white unshaded area? Only C, not A or B, but even shorter, only C. And you're also then realizing in English there's different ways phrases we can use to describe the same area. C, A and not B. A and at the same time not B, I think would be this, yeah? Because they didn't say I couldn't include C. A, so everything from A, and at the same time not B, and at the same time not C. What would that be? So don't write this down. It's going to start out with this, but then I'm going to eliminate those. What would that be? What are we looking at, Kyle? Do I need to go beat somebody up in the hallway there? No? Squirrel? Distraction? I think it would be, wouldn't it be that? That's A, but at the same time, we're not including anything from B or C, which I think is what that says. So, Alyssa, with a bit of English, we can narrow down pretty much any little region that we want to. Just got to be very careful. Okay. In the Big Hill High School, 185 grade 12 students were surveyed to determine which soft drinks they liked to drink. And there's a list of data. Take a guess where I'm going to try and start if I'm trying to fill in this Venn diagram. In the middle. If they gave me an all three, so the first thing I'm going to read is there somewhere where they gave me an all three? 25. Okay, fill that in. So if they hadn't, I'd put an X there, and I'd have to use a subtraction trick to work my way out. Okay, 52 drank root beer and Coke. Now, don't write this down just yet. 52 drinking root beer and Coke would be that group right there. Does that mean I'm going to put a 52 right here? No, because now I'm saying that 77 drank root beer and Coke. So, how many am I going to put right here? Whatever 52 minus 25 is 27? Okay. "43 drank Coke and orange." Gotcha. So, what am I going to put right in here? 43? What? 18? Coke and orange is on the other side, Mr. Dueck. Like I said, be very careful. It's easy to make a mistake on these. 18. Sloppy. I wish I'd done that on purpose. That would have been a good lesson. I didn't. That was my brain elsewhere. You know what? I'm going to put check marks as I draw these, I think. 57 drank root beer and orange. Okay, that's what I was trying to fill in there. Root beer and orange. So I got 25 already. Am I getting 22? 32. 32. I think there's some bias here by the author. Okay. 115 drank Coke. Oh, does that mean I'm going to put 115 right there? No. How am I going to get there? 115 minus 18 minus 25 minus 27. 45. Hundred drank orange. 100 minus 18 minus 25 minus 32. 25. How can I figure out what goes in the section right here? Because I think I've done all of these now, right? Oh, did I miss the 90? I missed the 92 drank root beer. I should have been doing check marks, Mr. Dueck. Okay, 92 drank root beer. I like a good root beer. If you ever get a chance to have birch beer, which is like a really, really strong root beer, ooh, good stuff. 8? Boy, that's where I would be. Have we got everybody? We don't know. Because there was 185 kids surveyed. There could be some outside. Okay. Very quickly. 185. Take away 45. Take away 27. Take away 8. Take away 18. Take away 25. Take away 32. Take away 25. Five Pepsi drinkers. Only because of the caffeine. I hate the taste. I'm a Coke Zero guy, but this has 1/3 more caffeine than a Coke Zero. And in the afternoons, I need it. Yeah, but it's got more caffeine. There, you learned something new about Mr. Dueck. This is where I get my caffeine fix from. Don't drink coffee, so this is what I get. I think we got everybody, Connor. Carson, geez. It's not like I don't teach you twice or anything. It's a long weekend. I haven't seen you guys for a week. You saw me this morning. Shut up. In the front row. Shut up. Okay, A says, explain why she placed the number 27 in the region immediately above the 25. We did that. You understand why we put a 27 and not a 52? Yes? So we're not going to explain it, but we understand that. It says, use similar reasoning to place the rest of the numbers. We've done that. Continue the process. We've done that. Determine the sum, and if it's not equal to 185, find the number that must be placed outside. We've done that too. Now let's answer the questions. You folks all have the Venn diagram in front of you still. I've scrolled down, so you'll have to help me answer these. How many students drank only Coke? 45. How many students did not like to drink any of the 3 drinks? 5. How many students drank Coke or root beer? Now you realize that's going to mean I think is that not Coke or root beer or both? Because remember, or in math means one or the other or both. It's going to be those. 155? By the way, you could have added those up, or you could have gone, you know what? It's going to be 185 minus that, because everything else is inside the Coke or root beer zone. Whichever way, I don't care. One's quicker, but... What did you say, sir? What was it? 155? Yeah. Short lesson. What's your homework? Okay. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. I'm probably going to assign most of this because these look pretty good. Number 4. Did they give you a Venn diagram in number 4?
No.
Draw one. I mean, there are some people that can do all this in their head and keep track of it. I am not one of those people. Draw a Venn diagram, and in fact, since it's got 3 things, it's going to be a Venn diagram where you have 3 circles overlapping. A little neater than that, please, but 3 circles overlapping. Oh, I see math, physics, and chemistry. I have to assign that. Six is good. 7 is good. Yep. 8 is good. 9 is good. But you've also got a little bit more homework. So I assigned everything.